There we go. We are started. And now I am going to attempt to share my screen, which can or cannot work sometimes for me. But I would like to take us to some of the slides about financials that we had in training. Can you see my screen?
We
Anybody on
can.
the team? Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
Yep.
I'm going to go through these really quickly because they're very, very basic reviews. We all know we needed to have our account on file. I know many of you have been working with your troop support specialists to take care of that. When girls are accepting payment for cookies, we always recommend that they do cash or use the digital cookie mobile app to take credit cards. Direct Venmo payments and PayPal, those are kind of shied away from. I think I talk about that in the next slide. But hello? Maybe we won't go to the next slide. There we go. Um, if a troop does decide to accept checks from parents, that's acceptable as well. Not individual customers, but from the parent to pay the troop. Check is made out to the troop number with a driver's license and phone number on the face of the check, and then it gets deposited into the troop bank account because that's how we get our money at the council level is we do those ACH withdrawals out of the troop bank account. Oops. As I said, girls now can take credit card payments on the digital cookie mobile app. Venmo and PayPal are available through that app because that is a national app tied to Girl Scouts of the USA and the council. So it's safe and it acts as an organization rather than an individual. Taking individual payment, Venmo or PayPal payments from a customer can lead to some tax implications now. So we're trying to get people to shy away from doing that. Girls can use it in the mobile app, but not just outright from a friend or family. Because we certainly don't want anybody to get stuck with some kind of tax bill at the end of the program. Um, Come on. There we go. Same applies with the troop. You can use the mobile app and you can take the Venmo and PayPal payments through the app as well when you're at a cookie booth. Basically, that's one of the main functions that a troop does in digital cookie is accept credit card payments for booth sales or troop link sales. Want to make sure I'm going to take this point here since we're talking about the credit cards with the troop. We've had some instances in the last week or so as people have gotten started. The app can take a beat. It might take a minute to get the credit card or Venmo payment to go through the app. Please be patient with that. And I know we're at booths and people are there wanting to get more cookies. You want to get the next customer moved on. But what is happening is it's showing on the customer side, but not on the troop side yet. And thus they run it again or run it again. And so we're getting contacted from the troops going, well, this person got charged 3 times because it wasn't going through. So we thought we had to do it again. So be patient with that and wait until you get that confirmation screen that says the order is confirmed before moving on to the next customer or attempting to process that credit card or Venmo payment again at your booth. You just want to be wary that it's going to take a minute, but make sure we're not double and triple charging our customers. The way the council gets our payment, of course, is through the ACH withdrawals from your troop account. Those are going to take place on March 6th and March 27th for 50% of your initial order. That was just your initial order that you picked up way back in January, first days of February. Your delivery agreement that you signed when you picked up your cookies is going to show you the total amount due to the council. And we're only taking half of that next Friday or 2 Fridays, only half. And then we're going to take the final half after the program is completely over. So work with your parents and make sure that they've paid you for at least half of their cookies that they've received so that you have the funds for that ACH withdrawal. And the final ACH withdrawal is on April 10th, and that is for any cupboards that you pick up from any cupboard. Did I say cupboards? Any cookies that you picked up from any cupboards. We at a council level don't track troop financials in smart cookies because it will lots of back end stuff that we're just not set up really to do. So you're not going to have a place in smart cookies where you can just go say, boom, this is how much I owe on each of these given dates. Do know that the ACH withdrawal amount will be adjusted through our finance department for any credit card payments that have been received through the Digital Cookie mobile app, either for your direct ship orders or for your booth sales or wherever you're getting a credit card payment that's getting applied to your troop. That does appear in smart cookies, and those are adjusted out of ACH based on it's like the everything up to like the week and a half before the ACH date, and then they cut it off for the next one, and then they cut it off for the third one. So know that your payments are going to be adjusted for any credit card payments. You can reach out to your product program manager at any time, and we can put you on a notice to once we get the data as far as the ACH withdrawal amounts, we can, look that up for you. It's usually 24, 48 hours before the actual ACH date, we get that final report. So that's financials is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So I am going to stop sharing that. I'm going to skip over here to our websites, our great resources. As I said, Digital Cookie, that's where you're going to be taking your credit card payments. You want to make sure so I'm taking this from the very first, your credit card payment from the customer to the troop for an order. You always want to make sure that you are logging into the app as the troop if you are at a booth. So you're going to see a drop-down menu similar to this. It might have your Girl Scouts names on there if you're a parent. It might have multiple troops. As you can see, I'm part of 2 different troops. Always make sure you're in the one that says troop and the troop number. Whenever you're in Digital Cookie dealing with anything online here on the computer, I unfortunately can't show you the app, but when you're in the app, it's the same drop down. It says roles and it's the same drop down menu. So you can choose if you're going to be walking the neighborhood with your Girl Scout and taking orders under her site, or if you're at a booth, you want to make sure you're under the troop site. And it's easy to flip to the other one. So really work with your parents and make sure that they know to look for this designation where it says troop 74777. And then it will say like GS 556, which is our council code that ties those back to the council as well. So in Digital Cookie, that's where you're going to be really working with your payments. You can you can always run your all data report. This is a huge report. It's fantastic. It gives you everything that's going on with Digital Cookie and orders under your troop. I'm not going to run it now because it does take a minute or two to actually pull all the data together. But if you're looking to see what's been sold at a booth or what the girls are selling or where their orders are coming from, you can always get them right here at the all data report. Where you really want to focus, though, is in Smart Cookies. Smart Cookies is your troop portal. That's where you're doing everything troop related. You're placing your orders, you're tracking your orders. Everything for the troop is in Smart Cookies. So I'm going to log in here as one of my troops, kind of show you the dashboard. As far as financials go, there is some information down here about your overall, what's been collected, and if there's any virtual cookie share sales, and gives you kind of a general total. Now, this is just an ongoing tally that updates once or twice a day. So I always encourage my troops to not necessarily look at the dashboard like this, even though the information is there. It's a great quick look, but really utilize the reports that are in Smart Cookies to get accurate current financial information. Like I said, we don't track the troop financials completely in Smart Cookies. If you go under finances to financial transactions, you will see there's troop transactions in here because of the credit card payments that have been processed. That's all that is. What you'll be using is your girl transactions. So and it will register all their credit card payments as well. But when you're accepting payments from your Girl Scouts for their in-person and basically their in-person sales where they're collecting cash for those sales, it's not running through the app. It's not a credit card payment. You'll put those in here as well. Let's see if I can find you yeah, here's a couple examples of here. Isabella Clark, when she picked up on the 12th, she paid me $132 in cash for the cookies that she received from her initial order. Because you always want to make the girls pay for the cookies they've received before they get more, so you don't end up in a spiraling, ongoing adding to the funds that are owed. You can stay on top of it that way. It's very simple to enter a girl transaction. Just hit girl transactions and scroll to the bottom, add girl transaction, and then just follow the prompts. You pick your Girl Scout's name. You can pick the payment. It's a payment. You can pick what they paid with, cash or check. You're probably not going to run the credit card through this, but you paid cash. You pick the date, put in the amount, and you can even put notes in here. I always like to say, paid with first initial, paid when they picked up. And then if there's anything special outstanding, if you have accepted a check, you might put the check number in the notes here or in the reference field, one of those. This is just places for you to keep your financial information together. And I'm not going to save this so you don't have a fake payment in there. But you do that anytime you accept money from the girls. You're filling out that bottom portion of the participation permission receipts form, just that bottom section where you can record how much they owed you, how much they paid you, and if there is an outstanding balance. Want to keep that as up to date as possible because we're adjusting their payments that are due to you based on their credit card payments as well. So when you're getting ready to distribute cookies, more cookies to girls, you're going to want to run this, my favorite report ever. It's called the Girl Balance Summary Report. It's right there. It's under finances, I believe. You just go to the report, brings it up. You can run it as a PDF or you can run it as an Excel. But basically, it's going to show you this is everything that has transpired with that Girl Scout. So we can see that Abby has gotten 2 orders from us, one for 48 packages, one for 24 packages. And here's the credit card payments that she's received through the site. They're all spelled out here if it's just a straight up credit card payment. It doesn't look like she has any direct ship orders on this, but then she did also pay me with a check for $210. So as it tallies up here at the end, you can see it takes out the credit card payments that have been collected and bubbles up just the new cash amount that's due. So I usually run these the day of when I'm distributing to my IRGs. That's what this troop is. I'll run it the morning of pickup. So I have the most accurate, the most up-to-date credit card transactions in there. But I'll run that and then know that when they're picking up, they're paying me $144. Now this may not match what's up in the big grid where you filled in exactly the varieties of each kind, the number of each kind that they received, and you had an amount due at that point. That's going to be the big amount, the real amount. But then the money that's taken, or the real amount here, I'm sorry, the money then that's taken out for credit cards adjusts that total. So use this Girl Balance Summary anytime that you are looking at getting payment from the Girl Scouts. It is a great resource throughout the whole program because as you're going along, if you have boost sales, you can put them in here. There'll be transfers in here that's for boost sales. If you're doing, heck, she's got some lemonades and Sadie needs some lemonade, so we do a girl to girl transfer, or we do a girl to troop transfer, and then the troop to girl transfer. That's all going to kind of show up here. So you can track her wholesale right here. This is going to be your most accurate and up-to-date information. Excuse me. For the girls. We also have, go back to my reports listing for you. We go to finances, all kinds of different, there's your girl balance summary. You can see what you've put in as the deposits, but you can also do a financial transaction summary for the troop if you want to see the credit card payments that have come through. It's basically that financial screen that I just showed you in a report form. You can see they can make notes that it's a booth credit card payment, just normal credit card payments. And that, I mean, these are very lengthy reports, but it's very thorough information. Again, if you're just wanting to say, gosh, let's compare what credit cards we received at this booth, you can pull up your financial transactions and compare them that way. You can do this report as an Excel as well. If you're an Excel person and you want to be able to sort it, sort it by date or sort it by location or any of the other fields that are available. You can, sort it by Girl Scout. You can see this booth. Oh, come on, open up for me. There we go. You can see the credit card payments and upload. All of that is in there. So if you're an Excel person, you can export the report that way, or you can do the PDF just to kind of get an overview of where you're at. You can also, if you're running booths and looking to see, now I don't have any booths, so I'm not going to be able to, nothing will populate here, I don't think, but there is this view booth credit card payments, and you can pick, well, these are virtual ones, so they don't really apply, but you would pick your booth, and scrolling over, if I can, not going to let me, but it will show you. This happens to be a virtual one, but if you had a Walmart booth or whatever, it would be listed in here under the location name. And this again is a great place to reconcile your cookie booths with credit cards received. There's the data about the data about, I don't want that one. Sorry, there we go. About any credit card payments is also in this all orders report. You scroll on over and it's going to show you all the cookies they received, what kind it was, and then they'll give you out the payment details as well. So there's multiple places that you can take a pause and look and see, okay, what do my financials look like right now? And you want to stay as up to date as possible. Great, we don't want to be there. Smart Cookies is always your best bet because that's where you're tracking your whole troops functionality. Financial reports, girl balance summary. So we're moving along. Girls are getting cookies. You're getting money. And it's coming up on an ACH date. And you've got a parent that maybe just hasn't quite paid you yet. We do have a girl balance summary on our website. Go to Cookies and More. Come on, move you again. Under Forms and Resources. Whoop. Outstanding balance report. If at any point during the cookie program, you're coming up on an ACH withdrawal and you may not have all the funds because a parent hasn't paid you, fill out an outstanding balance report, get in touch with your product program manager immediately so you guys can start working through this, getting the parent contacted, see if we can't get them to get that payment made so that the ACH will be okay. If not, this gives us documentation to adjust that ACH for the amount due to the troop or to the council. So you'll break it out by troop profit and amount to the council on whatever they owe you. This is where your product program manager will come in handy. They can help you figure out some of these amounts and get this rolling. This can be submitted at any time throughout the program. We can only adjust an ACH though if we have it within about 7 to 10 days prior to the actual ACH date. So you kind of have to stay on top of it, kind of keep track of your parents' payments, see how things are going. If you have a concern at all, always reach out to your product program manager and we can start this ball rolling at any time. It's nothing nothing bad at that point. It's simply a tool to use to help you keep track of your financial records. And once they pay, then this gets shredded and no harm, no foul. Everything moves forward. The last date that we can take this for is for the final ACH of April 10th is about March 27th-ish, right there at the end of the month. And so if you have somebody that's been kind of stringing along the whole time, you can always submit this at that time as well. Don't hesitate to follow this process. It will save you time and hopefully money in the long run. The more we're communicating about it, the more that we are all aware of what's going on and we're all talking with the parent or adult, the better the chances of it actually getting resolved before it has to go to any sort of formal collections or anything like that. So if you want to find some of these snippets, like I said, we've got our council website, the Outstanding Balance Report. If you look in your Troop Cookie Manager Handbook, it's page 17 of the Troop Cookie Manager Handbook, has all this information about the financial transactions and what to do if from girl to or customer to girl, girl to troop, troop to council. All that's in the handbook. Or, like I said, you can always utilize your reports in both Smart Cookies and Digital Cookie to keep track of your financials. I am going to stop sharing. Are there any questions that maybe I won't stop sharing until find out, is there any questions that I need to go back and show a screen I skipped over quickly? Or is there anything in the chat, Kyla, that we need to address?
I have a question, Tracy. You were going over credit cards and being charged 2 or 3 times. What is
Yes,
the process of getting that customer a refund?
contact your product program manager and we can refund it through Digital Cookie for you. We need to know the troop number, the order number, and then what they ordered, so we can compare that we have the right order number. So it's order number 277845321, and it's for 2 mints and 2 lemons, and it was placed on this date and time. And we can get then at a council level go into Digital Cookie and do a refund for you. That's the only way to get refunded is through the product program manager. That's not something that can be done at a troop level. So if you do find that out, just contact your product program manager and we will fix it for you.
Okay, so there is just a couple questions. Katie accepted a cash payment and entered it in as a financial transaction. The girls' goal tracker on Digital Cookie did not reflect those paid boxes. How do we get that updated?
That is a very good question. And unfortunately, I do not have an answer for that. I don't know if anybody on the team does, because it would be that we'd have to kind of look at each one as an individual basis. I mean, we can go in from the council level, we can log into your account and we can take a look. What do you have a particular situation that happened, or?
It's troop 43523. Get that.
Katie, can you unmute yourself and give us a little bit more information about this situation, please?
Okay, well, yeah, I don't know if it's just one situation or if it's like this with every girl who's taking payments in cash. Those aren't accepted through Digital Cookie. We put them in a Smart into the smart cookies, but then it's not showing up in their
Okay, gotcha.
digital
I'm
cookie.
following you now. Thank you. I'm glad you unmuted and said that. They won't. The cash payments that you're putting into smart cookies, those don't transfer over to digital cookie. But a girl can record those cash payments in digital cookie. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a girl site to show you exactly how that is, but it's just like taking an order. I mean, taking a credit card payment, only instead of picking a credit card or a Venmo, they pick cash. And then
I do know that. It doesn't like carry over to their goal tracker on their website, which is just bothering them. But I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just don't understand why it doesn't kind of carry over and mark as sold on
The-
their
yeah,
tracker.
the two systems talk a little bit, but they don't go back and forth completely. Because there's a lot of things, like we said, the troop doesn't do a lot in digital cookie. That's where the girls are keeping track of their sale. But there's not a lot of push information from smart cookies to digital cookie. It goes the other way in that if they're taking credit card payments, if they're taking orders in digital cookie, that does get pushed through to smart cookies, so it credits their account with the packages sold and any payments that are made or due. But it doesn't necessarily go the other way. And that's something that Digital Cookie is aware of. We know that there are limitations to the communication between the two databases still, and they work on those every year. They've been done some drastic improvements this year over last year even, so they're getting a little faster. The communication is getting a little more thorough, but there's still a lot of data, and it's a national site, so there's 111 councils all using the same site. So we kind of have to work within that to move forward with anything as far as any coding changes or functionality changes. And they are aware that we would love for them to talk a lot more, but they're just not there yet, Katie. So the best place to keep track is in smart cookies with that girl balance summary. You put your cash transactions in there so it reflects on the girl balance summary. And then she can manually put in her cash sales in digital cookie if she wants to keep them matching. It would just be, she'd need to enter that. Okay. Not exactly the full answer, but that we all wanted, but we'll get there.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something I could do. So yeah, that answers my question. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Katie. Other questions?
Quick question.
Well,
Well,
I
I
have
had
a
a quick question.
Whoa. Too many people talking.
I was gonna say, we do have one more question.
Okay, what's the question, Kyla?
So this is Ashley. She's transferred cookies to each girl, but when she looks in ABC, it's logged in as sold versus the initial delivery column. How do I get that changed? I didn't see that as an option when I distributed cookies.
Okay, we're gonna need to unmute and clarify that one again also. They're not, okay, I'm in as my troop and we're trying to track down what now?
Hey, this
Okay,
is
so-
Ashley.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so if you go down to the bottom of that screen and it lists like your girls and the cookies they have, instead of it saying initial order, it says 0, and then the next column over is where all my cookies are. Is that correct? Or should it be in the initial order column?
No, we don't do initial orders. I'm echoing back at something, I don't know why. But we don't do initial orders by girl. Your initial order is for the whole troop. So all that's going to show at a girl level is the cookies that you have transferred to them from a troop to girl transfer from your initial troop order. There is no girl initial order.
Thank you. That
This
clarifies everything.
dashboard is the great snapshot, but definitely not your be all to end all of information. Utilize the reporting so that you can have the accurate information.
Thank you.
And that's all we have right now.
Oh, we have in the
Actually,
chat.
can I ask one more question?
Sure.
So new to this, and when it comes to rewards, how do you calculate the total number based on either an ABC or if they have digital cookie purchases as well? Will that be reflected in there?
As far as rewards,
Correct. Like when
everything-
you're going to
yeah.
like finalize all of that is
right? Um, all the transfers that you do to the girls, those are in Smart Cookies. Those are the tally that counts towards their rewards. But remember that the troops or the girls at the troop level are entering their own reward choices in Digital Cookie. And again, I don't have a girl account here, but so they'll be in their site and they'll put in their reward choices. It will total. Like I said, the databases talk to each other enough to say, yep, this is how many boxes there are. Yep, this is how many boxes
okay.
there are.
So they're
So-
the ones that take care of rewards. I don't need to worry about doing any of
No,
that.
no, you still have to do rewards. You
Okay.
still have to do rewards. They entered their choices because there's a choice at every level that they earn, and they're
Okay.
cumulative and they earn all the levels. They enter it in Digital Cookies so that it's their own self-reported data. And then you'll run the reward selection report out of Digital Cookie, and then you'll do your reward order in Smart Cookies. This is another place where, yes, we're working on asking them to have it talk a little bit better. It's better this year because the girls can do all of their choice making in their own platform. And so we know that, they are getting the choices they want. Always make sure they still turn into you that reward insert sheet with where they've circled which ones they want. So you can just have it as a documentation to back up the Digital Cookie report. And then it all rolls over and you create it from that.
Okay, thank you.
Tracy, do you want me to share Graceland's screen?
I think we're okay.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, Patricia.
Is there,
That
do
was
you know
funny.
if there's any progress being made? Tracy shows love in so many ways. I'm so bubbly.
Oh, honey, stop.
Knowing how loved I am.
You are.
Is there any progress being made on adding Cash App? Because I still have several customers who are wanting to do Cash App.
As far as
So it's
like a Venmo, PayPal kind of
correct.
Cash App.
Correct. Yeah.
We were asked, brain work. We were asked about one the other day.
Hmm.
It might have been Cash App because that's ringing a bell. And it's not there. Again,
No.
Digital Cookie is aware that there's 1,000 other platforms out there, but
Mhm.
we also want to, make sure the Girl Scouts money stays safe
Of
and
course.
secure, and we're not putting
Of course.
too much into the system and
Okay.
giving them too many options. So
Okay.
at this time, it's not.
Okay. Well, I do tell them
Yes.
Cash works.
Yes, we like that.
I do
So
remind them that Cash works. We accept cash.
always green. We will even take pennies at this time.
As long as they're in rolls.
Yep.
Alrighty. And I think you've addressed my other issues. One where I charge somebody 3 times instead of once.
We got you. I got those two
taken
refunded for
care
you
of.
today, Patricia.
Perfect. And I'm clear on the booths
Good.
questions that I had since I didn't get into my booth when I started my booth sale. So I'm good on that.
You're good. Awesome.
And I think that once you recognize that the digital cookie, it's pretty amazing actually for the kids to be able to follow along and see what's going on as they learn to become business owners on their
Exactly.
own. But when you recognize that the two systems talk a little bit, but not completely, then
Yep.
that helps.
You said it perfectly. Yes. And it is. I mean, it's the girls' world now. And
Right.
they're going to be showing us how to do it. I've had a couple parents like, well, my
Right.
daughter showed me this and this and that. I'm like, fantastic. Because my old brain probably would have never gotten there for you. But it's an awesome tool. It
I
really
think
is.
so.
So we, let the girls go to town in there. They can do
Mhm.
their
Okay.
videos, they can do track all their sales, they can
Mhm.
be the little entrepreneurs making sure their inventory is correct and their payments are correct. So digital cookie is really just leaps and bounds what it's been over the last couple of years and just getting better every year.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
truly
Yep,
encourage
it's
your girls
sticky.
to use that.
I do. I do.
So we appreciate that.
Awesome.
Anything else?
Tracy, I've had a lot of questions today, and I don't know if any of these have it, but the transfers, the smart cookie transfers that aren't showing up in digital cookies within 24 hours, what was your response from, was it Heather on that?
I don't. I mean, they weren't showing up immediately.
Yeah. How long is it taking now? Have we?
I do not know. I don't think that was anything that was on my list for Heather.
Okay.
I
I
was
have somebody
dealing
that's
with
been 3 days.
a lot more of
So,
a lot of other many other things. I don't know. I mean, we found some where there were back end issues. We found some where it was just a timing thing.
okay.
Again, every situation is going to be a little different. So there may not be an exact cut and dry, here's your answer, A, B, C. Do A, then B, then C. It might be do C, then A, then go over to D, and then we'll get back to you. So
Okay.
each one of them should be handled on an individual basis with your product program manager if you're running into any kind of issues. And we can certainly then work with Digital Cookie or ABC, whichever is affected. Other questions?
Hi, Tracy. I have a question.
Yep.
If we put cash transactions in digital cookie, will that transfer over to smart cookies, or do we still have to
No.
go put in cash received there?
Still need to go put in your cash received in smart cookies as well.
Okay, perfect.
They can track the electronics. They can't track, the Digital Cookie can't figure out how to count cash yet to verify.
Wouldn't that be nice?
So there's a couple places where there's going to be some double entry. The rewards, the girls will enter in digital, then you'll put it in smart cookies. The same with the cash payments. They can put it in digital, but you'll still need to put it in smart cookies so that it's all up to date on that girl balance summary report every time. Okay. Other questions?
No other questions in the chat.
Okay. Let me stop sharing then. Get back into the real world here. Well, transfer cookie to Scribble. Look at ABC cookies that's logged as sold versus initial. Oh, we already discussed that one, right?
Actually, I do have
Yep.
another question. Maybe I should be putting these in the chat, but say for
Oh, you're fine,
instance,
Tiffany.
okay, thank you. So I am keeping track of the cookies that they send me to order weekly. I understand that digital cookie is separate. The shipped, I don't need to worry about, but the digital online that is paid at the time of ordering, I disperse those cookies when they come to my house to pick them up, but technically they don't pay for them.
Mm-hmm.
So am I supposed to be entering those numbers into the troop to girl transfer numbers as well?
Yes. 'Cause,
Okay, so I account for all of those boxes
every
in
box that you
ABC
hand to a
cookie.
girl,
Okay,
yeah, every package you hand to a girl, you do a troop to girl transfer for that. Now, how she sells that will vary between if she's going around the neighborhood and taking cash or credit cards on the digital cookie app, or however she's selling that. It's already been transferred to her. It's her cookies. Now she's tracking it in her system. You're still just tracking trip to girl what you've given them.
okay. So then I guess just to make sure I fully understand that, how do I keep track of how much they actually should be paying me each time? So say they come and they get 50 boxes from me, but 10 of those were digital cookies, so they don't pay me for those 10 that I gave them.
That's
They only pay
that
me for
girl-
the 40?
Yeah, that's the girl balance summary report I showed you in
Okay,
Smart
okay.
Cookies.
Yep.
Always run that because that's going to be your most up to date. And it's not going to say those exact 10 boxes were what came out of here. It's going to say she's gotten or received $23 in credit card payments and she owes me $100. So now she only owes me 87 or 67, however much.
And
I
say
can't
that
do
one
math.
more time. It was under finances or reports.
Financial
current.
reports, girl
Yep.
balance summary.
Okay, thank you.
Learn it, love it. Uh-oh, social media question. Didn't know we were having that tonight. Can we share a Facebook group that our kids are selling? For example, we are going to my hometown and want to let people know we are here. Set up the grocery store with the lemonade stand and we'll be going door to door. Give to them a heads up. Is this okay? What are the not okay things on social media? So many not okay things on social media. But when it comes to Girl Scout cookies and your Girl Scouts cookie business, social media is huge. It's great. It's a fantastic way to do just what you're saying right there. Hey, we're going to be here on these dates. Now, you're not going to, say, hey, send me your orders and we'll fill them or anything like that through Facebook. You don't want to do that. And any retail site like Marketplace or Etsy or any of those other ones that are out there, those are no-nos. But communicating via social media, using it as a marketing tool to promote themselves and the cookie program and their cookie sales, that's fine. That is fine. As long as it's not a retail site, forward-facing public site, you don't want to go there. And always be safe when you're on social media, obviously, and make sure you're not providing, personal contact information for the girls, but saying our troop number 123 is going to be here at this booth on this date and time. That's fine. Just want to kind of follow the safety pledge that's out there. It's a family guide. It's on our website if you want to take a look at that. But just using common sense with what makes for good social media, as opposed to something that may endanger the girls. And that's always our bottom line, is the safety of the girls and your cookies and your money. But yeah, Facebook, it can be a great tool. Instagram, TikTok, that Insta Talk. I love that commercial because I'm old and I chuckle at it every time he says it.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
One of my parents asked me the other day whether or not, well, the question is what she was wanting to know, if she overpaid. When she paid me for her cookies last year, did she not consider the online sales that she would have, people would have requested in digital cookie and they paid for in digital cookies, and then she just did a girl delivery. I rely heavily on the Girl Balance Summary Report,
Yes, ma'am.
because I'm thinking that it's that has already been considered in there, right? And so whatever the balance is on the Girl Balance Summary Report is actually what is owed, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
That has been
Now-
adjusted for credit card payments that have been received. Now, again, it's a timing thing. So it's not going to be those exact ones. It's going to say up through X date, she's received this many credit card payments,
Okay.
and that's going to offset the cash amount owed by that much money.
Okay. And so and that's the other significant difference, is those amounts always go into the Girl Scout account, not the troop account.
Yes.
And then is there I can't remember now, but is there a separate line for, mail order? If a family member or somebody orders cookies that have to be mailed out to them, does that show up separately, or does that also show up as
That
online?
shows up there on this Girl Balance Girl Balance Summary Report. Down where I was scrolling and showing this is, and I listed all those credit card payments. And went, look, she doesn't have any direct ship. It would be in there, and it
Direct
says
ship, okay.
direct ship.
Okay,
And
that's a difference.
those get calculated out of any cash owed as well.
Okay, alrighty. Okay, cool.
So it's a
Alrighty,
total.
so since I relied on the girl balance summary report, then she paid only what she actually owed. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
You need me to research that from last year? We can do that at a later time. But yeah, it should have. If you use the girl balance summary report, that's as accurate as it gets.
So
Okay,
while
cool.
we're talking
Okay.
about that, being new to this, what if I accidentally entered something incorrect and that meant to go under another girl? Is there any way to correct
Oh my
that?
goodness. Then Tiffany, we have to kick you out of the car program. We're very sorry. We're gonna
Not
have to take your
happening.
Girl Scout card away from you. No.
Maybe that would be best.
No, not at all.
Nope.
You're doing a
Once
great
you're
job.
in, you're in.
Listen, don't.
Once you are in, you are in.
You tell him, Patricia.
Aw.
Once a Girl Scout, always a Girl Scout. Not
That's
a problem,
right.
Tiffany. If you've done that, there's been an error, you put it under the wrong girl's name, whatever. Contact your product program manager. We can work with you to fix it.
Okay, sounds
Even if
good. Thank
it's
you.
we were at a booth and I accidentally put it under a girl's name instead of the troop site, we can fix that.
Okay, thank you.
There's very little you can do within the cookie program that we can't fix.
Perfect.
So.
Thanks so much.
It's what we're here for. I don't think we want to fear social media. No, let's not fear social media. It's always been kind of a hot button, but just common sense, logic, and fairness. It can be a great tool. Other questions? You guys have been great tonight. Good discussion. Hope this was helpful. Spread the word. Go forth. It looks like we're going to have February type weather this weekend, but we're Girl Scouts. And it's February in Nebraska. I think we've gotten a little spoiled.
I have a quick
Hopefully
question.
this weather will come back, but we can still go forth and have a great program. The girls are doing great.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure, Christina, what's up?
Okay. So I joined late, sorry if it was already answered, but I'm looking at like the papers that the parents sign each time where it's like
Uh-huh.
payment 1, payment 2, payment 3, payment 4. So
Uh-huh.
with the girl cookie report thing that I'm going to now print off, so I put the amount due that's on that report on the paper. Is that
Yes.
okay? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Down in the financials part at the bottom, that's where you're going to pull the total off the girl balance summary and put that onto the payment so that we know that you're tracking. And it's
Perfect.
going to, it could very easily be different than the amount you put on the line item up top where you put, she got 25 boxes at $6 a box, and this is how much
Yeah.
the cookies that she took were worth. But then it's that girl balance summary report's going to give you the total put down there for what you really need to collect from them.
That makes so much sense. Thank you.
Yay. Awesome. Very rare that it makes sense. So that's great. Thanks, Christina. Notes. Doesn't have to just be about finances. If there's any burning cookie program questions on your brain, now's the time to speak now. Know that your product program managers are here to help. You're not in this alone. Your PSCs are a great resource as well. They don't have all the back-end computer stuff that we can do, but they can certainly direct you and loop us in when needed. So we're available for you.
Hey Tracy, I got a question.
Yeah.
So we've had some packages that were not sealed properly.
Mm-hmm.
Do we just take those back to the cupboard and have them exchange them?
Yes.
Or
Yep.
Okay.
Just take them to a cupboard and
If we
they'll
just
exchange them
exchange
for you.
them. Okay, so we don't have to do anything recording wise on our end.
No,
for
well, we
those?
record all the damages at a cupboard level. So
Okay.
they'll give you fresh packages, and there's been some full
Okay.
cases that have not been sealed and things. So
Yes, I've heard.
when in doubt, take it. If you're questioning, it's got a big little rip in the corner. Is it still good? It's up to you. But the cupboards
Okay.
have inventory. And if we're running low one week, they might have to replace for you the next week, but we'll make sure you get a replacement.
Okay.
Anything else? Team, did I cover everything?
Yep, I can't think of anything extra.
Awesome.
Me neither.
You did great.
Thanks. Well, go forth,
Yes, thank you.
sell well, but most importantly, have fun. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
See, Alyssa, I didn't roll you under the bus at all.
And I
Thank you.
appreciate
Good
it
night.
so
I came really
much.
close when we were talking outstanding balances, but I didn't.
It's just yeah, and it's like I understand it comes from the best place, but sometimes people ask questions that they don't actually understand if I try to explain it, because it just
Show
gets
it.
confusing. You know what I mean?
It's fine.
When I try to
Okay,
talk
great.
finance, they're like, okay, whatever.
We're not mathing. We don't math.
No, understand that lingo. So, but
Well, we
surprisingly,
appreciate you.
yeah, it was nice that nobody actually really asked anything.
Hey
Takes the pressure
Tracy,
off.
Hey, Bo?
I know approximate time of when the triple transaction occurred. I had a customer call me today. Is there a way we can find it by customer?
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
haven't
would
looked. She-
still verify the number though.
Okay.
That's I have not done any refunds without actually confirming that that is definitely the order number they want refunded. Because like the
Okay.
one from Patricia this afternoon, she had 3 orders in there, and we determined that okay, these were the first 2 that didn't go through. This is the one that actually did. So we'll get rid of those 2 and go from there. But
Okay.
I would still make them provide you as much information as possible because the customer would have gotten a confirmation email. So they'd have the order number.
Okay. Okay.
And then, we can only do full refunds. eBuddy, they can do partials, but ours is full refunds and full credit back to the girls for the cookies. So it makes the order
Yeah,
go
she
away.
got charged 3 times. So
Had that multiple times.
really, this is my first one. I was
Oh
like,
God.
that's interesting.
I felt like
Okay.
I feel like that's all I did all weekend long was issue refunds. Because people were just now, well, it didn't go through right away. Well, that's why I'm saying be patient. It
Mhm.
is still a database. It is still electronics. It's just you had your first one
Yeah.
today. There you go. It's gonna take a beat. I know it's hectic at a booth, but we want to make sure we get it through before we charge these customers 3 or 4 times.
Okay, this is just a weird question. It doesn't pertain to anything. So digital cookies is on your phone, right?
It's both.
Both.
So can you have multiple people in the same troop on the same account taking
Yes.
Yep.
payments?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice. Okay, sorry, that was just me being curious.
Nope. That happens. And I mean, it's great because you're at a Walmart, you're doing both doors, you've got a parent set up at each door with the app open and taking credit cards. It works great.
I definitely would make it go faster.
Yeah.
Could you
They
imagine?
just
if you
have to
had
make sure
one?
they're taking it under the troop and not under the girl.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Had a lot of those already too. Chris,
I got my
Chris loves
first one
them.
of that today too. So
Do you have the spreadsheet from this year?
no, I do not yet.
I can send that to you.
I got it at 6 o'clock tonight. So
Oh,
the
okay.
email. So
I'll send it to you.
thank you.
I'll send it to the team so we all have it from Chris in case we get more of those. What else? That's all we got.
Thanks, Tracy. You did a great job.
Thanks, Mickey.
I
Thanks for
always learn
joining us,
something.
Alyssa. What's that?
I always learn something on these.
Oh, you learned that you have a crazy employee? Is that
No, that I know.
I
That
think
I
we,
know.
I think
Oh,
we
you
all
already
knew
knew
you
that.
were a little crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, it's nothing new. Did this help you at all, Alyssa? Did any?
A little bit, I don't see a lot of the actual tracking of the payments, but it kind of makes sense for sure.
Okay, cool.
Never hurts to understand the full picture, even if you don't actually have to do the part of it.
We appreciate you hopping on. Of course.
Yes.
Heaven knows we appreciate you and everything you do on the backside. Oh, my.
yes.
And I appreciate
Definitely.
you guys dealing with my craziness because I can be a little spazzy sometimes.
Hey,
We
you're
all
not
can
you're
be
not
that
part of
way.
the team if you're not a little crazy.
Exactly.
I feel like you have to be a little nuts
Yeah, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. It helps.
in your own way.
All right.
All right, ladies. Have a good night. Rest up
too.
for tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be more of these product program manager questions for you. All right. I'm going. Bye.
All right,
Okay,
peace out.
bye.
Thanks.
Thanks,
y'all.
everyone.
I'm gonna stop recording. I totally forgot we were recording. Recording. Stop recording.